this is Cerulean Blue from Daniel Smith. It's not the Cerulean Blue Chromium, which is recommended. I have this because I think I bought it wrongly, but I have no problem with this color. I really think this color is actually quite nice. So if you consider the first first column, which is where I do the check out the opacity, it is slightly opaque, as you can see. You can see actually like maybe it's covering some kind of like all the fine lines. But when we look at when we look at the paint in water in paint test, you can see that it does spread quite well. Lifting wise, it's non-staining, so it does lift quite a lot. I can take out quite a lot quite easily. And the mobility test is actually quite mobile. As you can see, the color just goes down near to the bottom. So it is PB35. It's a very popular color. I think it's probably in almost everybody's watercolor palette. Series 3 color means it's slightly more expensive. Staining, no, it's granulating. As you can see from all these tests, it's beautiful granulation. And for me, it's a go-to color for skies, and it's supposed to be cleaner and brighter than the other Cerulean Blue from Daniel Smith. So when we consider the mixes, I generally mix it with colors more reddish color and the yellowish color. So you do see that you get some kind of like a sky grayish color with the browns and the red, and the purple is really quite violetish. No, how do I say? It is more the yellow. I think it's not as imperial purple. You don't get that kind with like ultramarine blue. And with you mix it with the earthy and warm yellow, you get some sort of green, olively green kind of color. Yeah, and maybe some browns. I did try to get like a dark color by mixing all these together, but this is as much as I can get, which is like maybe like a brown. So this is Cerulean Blue. Definitely a color to have in the palette if you are a sketcher or if you're a watercolorist. I will just quickly go over all the shot blue, okay, with the Cerulean Blue. So Cerulean Blue is normally used for skies, right, painting for us when we paint skies. But here I will be painting the shot in Cerulean Blue. Okay. So for the first, I call this like the first layer. So the first layer is pretty simple, which is just your plain old Cerulean Blue. So I will be using a yellow ochre here. So the yellow ochre goes really quite well with this blue. Burnt sienna. I have a burnt sienna over here. This is a sminky burnt sienna. Okay, mix it with the Cerulean Blue. So this is to fill in the shadow. Okay, just check that it's not too wet. So this will give it some depth lah. So I may want to just use a little bit more I mix a more intense shade of it and put it inside for the shop, for the interior. So you will realize that it's not totally the same color throughout. It will be a mixture of that two colors that it's going to be made up from. So then I will take off a certain part because there's a light over here. If you look at the picture, oops. So sometimes you can't really lift off after a while. You need to like try to lift the color off like quite soon. Yeah, so this is how I take off the color. So you see this part is lighter. I love this cerulean color because it's granulate. It's granulating. So some of the when you do a wash, it's not just a flat blue. You do see like certain parts having like little specks and it feels more real. The color here is less intense because there's actually a reflection. So I will just apply a bit of color and then I'll take it off. And then this part has you do see like, I think this is like a reflection of the sky over here at the top, and then this part here is really the building. Okay, next is to really just to build up the details and the shadows. I actually mix cerulean blue with a little bit of queen gold to give the green, to make the green. So this is to have the little, make the little, to do the paint, the little plants. Yeah, I think I'll just use the burnt sienna. Okay, for the bears, cause they, oh no, he looks too dark. Okay, okay. So this is the little bear. So this is some accent that I'll use on them, the darker parts. And then using the yellow ochre, I'm just gonna, I forgot this part, put in some of these details. It's about done. So I will paint this part too. Remember that I actually did this and I had a little bit outside of it. I'll just paint it in, all the details. Okay, so what I'll do later on is I will write the house building, the building number, the name of the shop, and also draw in the grills. Okay? And using a sketch. So this is a sketch that I did of the, I think it's like a teddy bear workshop in somewhere in southern France. Took this image from Pinterest. You can see that the color is actually quite sweet, especially if you use it unmixed and anything. I did use the similar colors that I actually did the mixes on, and these are you can make very subtle shadow colors with these with the mixture. And I think generally it's really quite a nice color to use even on its own in a sketch.